if you have a keychain on here, you don't have to take it off. You just flip it over right here, and there's a button. Now you have to press in there quite a bit. Press in there all the way really far to unlatch the physical key, which slides out, and then you can just kind of set that out of the way. Now right here, you can notice this is where the physical key came out. This is just a little bump right there. There's nothing, ignore that. Right in here, there's a spot to pry. Flathead screwdriver, something like that. Anything, you just kind of reach in here and push up. So basically, now there's a few things. The parts inside can fall apart. Okay, so you kind of have to know what you're doing when you do this. So follow along before you try it. Okay, so you pry up on this little gap right here. You can see a little gap. Just pry this way like that. And what we're doing is taking this black portion and prying it away from this part right there. So once you get it started like that, then you want to stop with the screwdriver, and then you want to lean it this way, and then separate it the rest of the way. Just kind of gently separate it, and you'll see why. Hopefully you can see that. You see that little piece right there? That's why you don't want to lean it the other way, because it could fall out. Unless you know what you're doing and you're being very careful, it's best to start off with this way. Now you can see this rubber seal here on the other side. This is all like a rubber seal. Seals the buttons and all that stuff. And then you can actually see the buttons on the other side. So we're just going to set this side down, keeping that rubber seal in place. So that rubber seal can fall out too. So you just want to be careful with it. Set it down. Okay, so now we're looking at this. So what you want to do, this is how I do it anyway, is just kind of dump that circuit board out of this plastic shell into my hand. So now I can set the shell down. So now I have the circuit board, and I don't want to really touch the green part too much, or in here. So just kind of handle it here on the edge. But it's fairly easy. You just take your thumb like this, and then press a little bit here to remove the battery. So this is where you want to be, just a little careful. You can use something to press a little bit more, but I feel like you can just kind of pull it like that and it comes out. And instead of like sliding it around, it's best to just dump it in the other hand like so. So this is a CR2032 battery. All right, so then you get the new one. You just lay it right there as close as you can, and then press it in place all the way, and that way it's completely in there. Okay, so once you got the battery in place, I find it's a little bit easier to use the seal side like so, and place that, when this is for reassembly, kind of place that in that little spot right there. And then it stays in that spot. So you see it's a little bit different than the disassembly. And then once you get that in, just firmly down into that seal nicely, then you can get the empty side, and then you can just lay it on there and line it up and press it in place. Now you can press here on the edges to where it doesn't push any buttons, and you go all the way around and make sure it's all the way down here, all the way. You just look at it, make sure there's no gap. It should be very, very tight seal, or fit all the way around. And then you reinsert the physical key, and then you're all done.